February 27th is my last day working at my 9 to 5. February 27th, 2026 is the day I will be a full-time content creator / music producer. I'm not rich, nobody robbed me. I'm making enough to sustain myself, but there are some people I wanted to thank, which is why I'm making this video. And you'll notice I don't seem very excited. It's because I'm fucking tired, because it was hard. I've been trying this for 13 years. Imagine going to medical school, but you don't know if you're going to get your degree at the end of your 8 years of learning, or however the fuck long medical school is. That's what this has felt like. And it's funny because when I picture myself making a post or a video about this day, I was like, oh, I'm gonna talk to the haters and be like, yeah, fuck you haters, I did it. I don't even feel nothing like that. I just feel relief, I guess, and a little bit of fear. I'm treating this like it's a fucking Grammy speech, but for me it is. First and foremost, I gotta thank my daughter for being born. When my baby mama was pregnant, I was a lazy piece of shit. Like, honestly, I don't think I was really even a good person. I mean, I don't know if I'm like a great person now. Definitely a better person because of her being born. So shout out to Kelsey for being born and keeping me grounded and constantly reminding me that none of this music, YouTube shit, none of that matters if I'm not being a good dad. If you're seeing this, Kelsey, I love you so much. And I'm just so glad that I could give you the experience of growing up not having a lot and then seeing the switch over. And I hope that this shows you that if you have something crazy you want to do that most people think is crazy, that most people will talk shit about you for, that you can do it. It is possible. And you've also seen the work behind it and how hard it can be. And I don't know, I did not intend on crying, but I love you so much, and you're the whole reason I would have ever even started this journey. I remember when you were in the womb and my dad got me a job at Skyware, working in a factory, and it was the worst fucking thing I ever experienced as a lazy person, working a job in a factory and then working in the landfill and just all these shitty jobs. And I remember being in there and I told myself, I was like, this cannot be my life. I'm not gonna perpetuate this way of living. This is not gonna be her life. And for that to start taking shape, it's fucking, after all this time, is just wild. But anyways, god damn it. Second of all, I want to give a big shout out to the boy, Sebastian, and my brother, for believing in me since the bass drop beats days. Since like the worst fucking beats you have ever heard. Dude was sharing my shit on Facebook, telling everybody I was like the best producer, and has just like supported me through everything. And I know there's some people here who have also believed in me, but having somebody in your corner who really, really believes in you, like, that doesn't think you're crazy, you need that. Maybe I still could have done it without that, but I really don't know, because you question yourself a lot when you're trying to do something crazy or outside of the norm, you know, because 90% of people are telling you that it's crazy. I won't even say most of the time they're not telling you that it's crazy. They more tell you with their eyes. And they're not just gonna come out and be like, oh, that's stupid. Some of them will, for sure, but most of it's behind your back. Having that person in your corner throughout the whole time who really believes in you, who sees the process, there's just nothing that can replace that. So I really appreciate you, Mr. Boy, homie, the third. Third of all, big shout out to my parents, my dad, and my mom. My mom is no longer here, so she can't see this, which sucks. The combination. Okay, I'm trying to do this in a way where it doesn't seem like I'm talking shit. But okay, my when I was 9 years old, I wanted to be a toy detective. I had this fucking amazing business idea where I was gonna help other kids in the neighborhood find their lost toys. And like in my head, it was like this whole thing. I was gonna be in a trench coat, like, where was the last place you saw your Crimson Chin? Nobody has a Crimson Chin action figure, but you know what I mean. And when I told her that, you know, she wasn't like, oh, no, that doesn't make any sense. Nobody's gonna do that. No, she was like, you know what you should do? You should put up flyers everywhere, and you should go to the post office, and here, I can help you make a business card. That's a great idea. And although the post office did not allow me to put that flyer there, I still think about that. The fucking post office. But anyways, just the sheer amount of belief she had in me, no matter what it was that I wanted to do with the music stuff, she always believed in me 100%, no matter what. And then my dad was the opposite. He's come around the past few years, but in the beginning, he was not for it. Mind you, I had been living with him for a long time, barely making any money, bumming cigarettes off of him all the time. So, and then I'm like, I'm gonna be a famous producer. So, you know, I can understand it. And me being his son and wanting me to succeed and, you know, not be broke all my life, I get where it was coming from. But that clashing of the two, like having somebody be like, you can do anything you want to do, no matter what, I'm here with you, I believe in you. And the other person being like, you gotta make fucking money. Having those two things clash, I think, is really at the core of why I was able to do this. Even though I've done it in a way that I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to come from doing education about AI music on YouTube. But still, a win is a win, because now I can produce more. I would also like to shout out my Aunt Michelle for giving me and Kelsey a place to stay way back in the day, where I didn't know what I was gonna do. I got laid off from Skyware. I didn't know how I was gonna make money, and she gave me the space for growing. We didn't always agree about everything, but you know, she was very instrumental in giving me this place and helping me to raise Kelsey. Like, she did a lot for me, and I really appreciate that, because if it hadn't been for her, I really don't know what I would have done during that time. And really, while I'm talking about her, I guess the whole family for helping with Kelsey and helping to raise her and watching her sometimes. Like, if I went to the studio, shout out to Nanny/Peggy Carnegie for giving me so many rides to work, giving Kelsey rides to daycare and school. She gave Sebastian rides. She gave my mom's rides. She did everything for everybody for the longest period of time. And next up is Lucy, somebody I produce music for and have done some collabs with. First of all, we met on SoundBetter, which is like this freelance website, which is fucking crazy. And there's kind of two things she really helped me with. First off, she flew me out, I think a couple of times, to do shows with her. And I performed in front of, like, I don't even remember. I was gooped up because I was nervous. But it was like 1,000 to 5,000 people, something like that. A show in New York where I sung my part on a collab we did together. And I remember that moment. That was another one of those, like, really strong moments that stuck with me, where I was like, I gotta get serious about social media. Like, I gotta have my own thing. I was thinking I just wanted to, you know, be somebody in the background, but when that happened, I was like, no, I do like being the center of attention. And I was like, I gotta make it on my own too. I gotta have my own thing. And I made like my first like music oriented YouTube video like a week or two after that moment, and I didn't stop until the current situation happened. And also shout out to her for her relentless pursuit of quality. Working with her and seeing like how detail oriented she is with vocals and things like that, and mixing and stuff, it made me a lot better of a music producer, because I've always had the opposite of the perfection problem. That most artists have this problem of want their stuff to be perfect, and I've always been like, I'm gonna get it to like 90% as good as I can, and then I'm putting it out. I don't give a fuck. And through working with her with so many songs, that really helped me to develop a higher bar for quality. And it also helped me to focus more on EDM and got me a lot better at sound design. Trying to make sure I don't leave anybody out. Oh, shout out to Star. Shout out to Star. You helped me out during my homeless. I wasn't actually homeless. I just looked homeless. I had a blue beard. I had grew my hair out. I mean, it's getting pretty bad right now too, because I've been working my ass off. You know, when I start not looking bald, that's how you know I'm working my ass off. But I had the blue beard, and I was trying to get to LA for this beat competition that I thought was going to change my life. I had no money. I was working at this same company, making minimum wage, had nothing. And she gave me, I think it was $350, something like that. She bought me a plane ticket to LA. And I still got that keychain. It's been in my desk this whole time for like 10 years now. I'm gonna give you that keychain and I'm gonna pay you back, because I can actually do that now. Once again, nobody robbed me. I'm not rich. Next person. Who else? Roy Boswell Jr., my boss at this company. Damn, you've put up with some stuff. When my mom died, you were very understanding about that whole situation, about me having to like pick Kelsey up from school and stuff like that, about me going to that Lucy show in New York, or flying out to Florida for the music video thing. And you've been an extremely understanding boss, and I really appreciate that. By the way, give Raymond a raise. That man works. Shout out to Will Money. I sold my first beat to him on Craigslist for what, like $20 or something? I cannot imagine doing production for $20 nowadays. That's crazy. That's crazy. Shout out to Will Money for using my beats and buying my beats in the very beginning. I hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while. I seen some type of reel you sent me about talking about men and women or something. I don't know what you're on right now. But while we're on the subject of Will Money, I guess I should shout out Xavier too, otherwise known as Noah, his real name. I produced, I think, 2 albums for you. I don't know. You really stretched my creative brain. For one, you really believed in me, which was awesome. But for 2, the main thing I think I got from you was you just had these wild ideas. You would give me like a synopsis or whatever, or prompt, or whatever you want to call it, ideas for instrumentals that you wanted, that just made no fucking sense at all. The Alice in Wonderland and the Zelda thing, especially the Zelda thing, that was the most in-depth, crazy shit. So you really helped expand what I saw as possible within music. So I really appreciate that, and hope you're doing well also. Next up, shout out to Chris Bodell. You taught me how to mix music in the very beginning, and you said some things in the very early days that really stuck with me. For one, thank you for contacting me at all, because I called every motherfucking studio in Raleigh and left the dumbest fucking voice messages like, I don't know what I'm doing. I want to figure out music. I want to do something with music. I don't know. Can you teach me? Or I think I was asking to intern or something, and you were the only one that called me back. Nobody else called me back. I remember asking you if you thought something like Full Sail University or something like that was necessary, or like if I needed schooling to get good at this, and you said no. And at that moment, I was like, all right, cool. I just need to do the thing. I just need to get good at doing the thing. So I started doing the thing all the time. And now, things I've mixed and mastered have gotten on places like Ophelia, which is crazy, because 7 Lions is one of the producers that made me want to start producing EDM in the first place. Even though I know you think my mixes are too compressed and too bright, well, some people don't, Chris. Some people like that shit. You gave me the experience of learning the fundamentals, and I still remember interning at your session with that, I think it was the African choir It was so beautiful to be in the room with that being recorded. But that really helped me figure out what I actually wanted to do. I thought maybe I wanted to be a recording engineer, and then I went to that and I was like, no, I like making the music. There's so many people to shout out. Oh my god. This video is getting really long, so the last few people, I'm gonna kind of group y'all together. Misfit, Skull Kid, Low, Lil Titan, and Acid Spike. Or Hans, I'm sorry Skull Kid, I don't know your first name. Logan, Benji, and Camilla. Y'all were my first experience of having producer or artist friends, and especially Logan and Lil Titan. Y'all really pulled me out of perdition like Castiel did to Dean, because before I mixed the song that you guys did with Sebastian, Lit, I had went like an entire year without doing anything musical. I was really depressed and I had completely given up on any of that. And then I had this bad breakup, and kind of like I was searching for some kind of meaning, and that led me to wanting to try to produce some or something. And I think Logan reached out to me. I don't really remember how that came about, but I mixed Lit. Y'all seemed to really like it, and then Lazarus Rising came out because of that, which was like a great song. You guys kind of got me back in the world of making music, and it felt like it was real. I had like friends who were musicians, and then we started talking more, and it was nice. It was nice. And Skull Kid, I commented on one of his videos one time or something, because I was like, damn, this dude can produce. And I was like, hey, if you ever need some sad boy vocals, hit me up. And he hit me up, and we did an EP together. And then me, Skull Kid, and Misfit did a song together, which got me introduced to Misfit, which is a crazy fucking producer. For one, made me want to be a better producer. I mean, you did too, Skull Kid. But and then I sung on some Misfit tracks, and then he asked me to sing on the funk remix of Can You Feel My Heart, and then that got like 1.5 million streams, which was just another confirmation that I was on the right path and to like keep doing this stuff. And then Camilla, I know we haven't talked in a long ass time, but you were also somebody who completely believed in the vision of making it in production, and it was just cool having a friend to talk about stuff like that with. You got some crazy shit that I hope you've released by now. I don't know, I haven't looked at your shit in a while. Oh, and then I also got to shout out Kiana, who gave me and Sebastian a place to stay while we were in LA, and we had to stay an extra day or something. I might have fucked up something with the Airbnb. I don't really remember. But yeah, that's everybody I can think of. If I left you out, I'm sorry. But this video, the unedited version, is 28 minutes long. So we up, bitch.